This conference will now be recorded.
Okay, let me share my screen. Okay, so first of all, we will see what is Tosca. Tosca is automation tool which is used to the automation of UI, APIs, database, SAP. They include a multiple technologies. Okay, so it will help you to automate all the scenarios in a single roof. So what is Tosca? Tosca is automation tool, and Tosca stands for topology and orchestration specification for cloud application. So this is the full form of Tosca. Okay. So first we will see what are the pros and cons of Tosca and why this tool is so popular. So we will see the pros. The first one is we have a multiple features of Tosca in a single tool. So multiple features like you have a Dex run. Okay, if you want to execute your test cases, like you are having thousands of test cases and you want to execute on a different server, so there is a configuration of a agent and a server machine, and through server you have to trigger on a different machine. So if you want to execute multiple test cases in nightly basis, so you can do that using a Dex run. Then we have an integration with Jenkins. If you want to execute your test cases through Jenkins, you can do that as well. Okay, and then we have integration with Jira. Then we have Qtest. Okay, there are multiple integrations you can do as per your requirement. Okay, and apart from that, we have a reporting inbuilt reporting tool is also there, so you don't have to integrate any third party tools to get the reports and all. So Tosca will provide you with the reporting part, and if you want, you can customize your report and create your own report. Okay, that we will see in detail. And then we have a TQL. So TQL stands for Tosca query language, which will help you to find the element, object, test cases, whatever you want, you can find under the Tosca. Okay, so this is the language we will going to use. Okay, so the second feature is of no scripting is required. Okay, if you are new to the organization, if you want to learn this tool, so you don't have to opt for any of the language like Java, Python, PHP. Okay, it doesn't require any coding. So if you want to learn this application, so just drag and drop features are there, and that will be easy. Codeless tool is provided to you. Okay, so the second one is no scripting required. So this will be applicable for fresher who want to learn this tool, and the employee who don't want to learn any of the language. Okay, it will be applicable for both of them. And the third pros is like we have a multiple technology support. Okay, so multiple G support is there. Like we can go for SAP automation. Then we can, if you want to go for database like Oracle or MySQL. Okay, this kind of database you want to go for, you can go for that. If you have a Java application, then you can automate that as well. Okay, if you have a HTML, a web UI, so you can do that automation, if you are having a XML, or if you want to go for, sorry, if you want to go for SOAP or REST API, so this kind of automation you can perform. Okay, so like you have a scenario, you are hitting an API and you are getting any data. So that data is used to validate on a UI side or on a database side. So in a single roof, you will get all this automation in a single roof. Okay, you don't have to go for uh, different tools to opt for the different application. Okay, so we will see this in detail. And the fourth one is a quality vendor support. So as you know, this is a licensing tool, so this the vendor support is also there. So if you get stuck somewhere, so just you have to raise a ticket and then they will going to resolve your issue. Okay, so Tosca is a paid tool, and having a good support from Tricentis Tosca. And then we have a very easy to use interface which will help you to do the automation. So the I will show you the UI. Okay, the UI is segregated into a different sections so that people won't get confused. Section will be test case section, then we have a module section, and we have a test case design section, and then we have execution list where we will execute our test cases. Okay, and then we have a requirement, and we have a scratch book, scratch book section is also there which will help you to execute your test cases. Okay, then apart from that we have a regular update. So this tool is getting evolved, and if you are facing some issues you can report to the Tricentis and they will going to resolve your issue in upcoming updates. So currently we are having version of the latest version is uh, Tosca 16. Okay, so continuously the facilities will going to evolve and give you the best product. And currently we are having different technologies to scan your modules. They use a AI powered, which is called as a AI vision, which will help you to get the element, the object on a basis of a uh, position, or on a basis of the element which we usually generally we won't be able to use with manually efforts. Okay, and then we have a mul multiple testing under one roof. Okay, as I said, so if you want to perform different actions, different testing, okay, so you can perform under a single Tosca. And apart from that, if you want to do a multi-browser testing, so you want to execute your test cases in a multiple browser. Okay, so client requirement will be like, okay, I want to go for Chrome, or I want to go for Edge or Firefox. So you can execute your test cases using a configuration parameter. You can execute all your test cases on a different browser. Okay, so we have some cons over here. So The first one is cost. So Tricentis will cost, uh, it is a bit expensive. So mostly the organization which is having a tie-up with Tricentis Tosca, like many of the MNCs are having a tie-up with like Wipro, LTI Mindtree, and HSBC, and many more. Okay, so only these company are getting tie-up and they will get a benefit. So the license will cost you around $200 with a single version to $220,000. Okay, so it's depend on the usage, and like if you are going for ETL kind of testing, which includes the Tosca DI and all, so it will going to cost you more. Okay, so the company, the small scale company is not using that. And the second one is integration cost. So if you want to integrate your application, so there is a third party app that is called as TaskTop, which will provide you with the integration. But the thing is that the integration is also is chargeable, so you have to pay for it. Like if you go for a Jira or any other integration, so you have to pay for it. Okay, and the third one is like large scale company will going to afford this one. Okay, so mostly the people who's having a small scale company and they want to do the testing, so they won't be able to afford because of the licensing. Okay, so only the big scale company like mostly the insurance domain, the banking domain, and media chain domain is able to use these kind of tools because they want a security, and they want the application, they have a multiple applications, so they usually opt for this technology. So any question on this one, if anyone? Okay, so I will take it as a no, and we will go to our application and see what we have. Okay, so this is our test case design section as I have discussed earlier. So all the tabs are having a different functionality. Okay, so over here we will, what we will do, we will going to design our test cases, and then we will move to our module section. So over here we will going to create our modules. Okay, whatever modules required for the automation under the test case, that will be created over here. Some standard modules are also provided by the Tricentis Tosca, so we will going to use that as well. Okay, we will see this in detail. And then we have a requirement section. So if you are planning, or your product owner want to plan the risk management and all, so you can do that as well. Okay, and then we have a test case design. So in test case design, if you want to like, it is having a pre-built Excel kind of thing. Okay, if you want to pass your data, so you can use this test sheet, which will help you to pass the data from the Tosca itself. You don't have to go for the Excel and all. Okay, that will take a much more time for processing. So it will be easy for you to pass the data through test sheet, and your test cases will be created. Okay, once you all done with the automation preparation and all, so you have to execute your test cases. So for that we have a execution section. So in this one you will be able to execute your test cases, and you will be able to see, okay, your test cases are, which step is getting passed and which test cases are getting failed. Okay, you can do that as well. And through test case execution, what you can do, you can create a report as well. Okay, I will going to show you that as well, how we are going to create a report. And then last, we have a execution section. So if you want to execute your test cases and just wanted to check that okay, a single module is working or not, so you can execute your test cases and validate okay, my application is working fine or not. Okay, so these are the six main components we usually going to use in our automation. Okay, any questions on this one? Okay, I will take it as a no. So what we will do, we will going to use this application. Okay, is it visible to you? Yeah, this is the browser we have. Okay, so we will going to use this application to put all the values over here and perform the click operation and all. Okay, so what I will do, I will go to our test case section and let me create a folder. So before creating a folder, we have to check out this folder. Okay, so that only exclusively I can use this folder. If I'm working on a multi-tier environment, so it will going to use by me only and other people won't be able to check out this folder. Okay, so I will do a right click and create a folder over here and I will name it as March demo. Okay, my test case is test case folder is getting created over here. Now what I have to do, I have to first launch the browser. Okay, for launching a browser we have already a inbuilt module which is provided by Trace and Tosca. So I will go to the standard modules, then I will go to Tbox engine, and then I will going to go under the HTML. Okay, so as you can see, this is the one, the standard module which is providing by the Tosca. So open a URL with a browser based on the test case configuration browser. So what we will do, we're going to just drag and go to the test section and drop it over here. Okay, so automatically one execution, my test case is getting created over here. So I will rename this one and name it as a uh, vehicle and trees. Okay, under this one we have a open URL. So what I have to do, I have to mention the URL over here. Okay, I will copy this one and paste it under this one. Okay, and I just wanted to check okay, my application is getting open or not. So I will go to the test case configuration section. Okay, and I will add a parameter over here. So sorry, yeah, I'm going to add a parameter over here. This is called as a test case configuration parameter. Okay, I will browser and I will go for, so as you can see, these many browser are getting supported over here. So I will go for Edge. Okay, I want to execute my test cases under Edge section. So I will just do a right click and let me close the browser first. Okay, I will do a right click and just click on the run in Scratchbook. So automatically it will launch my browser. So before starting, it will going to verify your license. If your license is there, then only it will going to execute your test cases. So you can see the status bar over here. has launched your browser, and now you will be able to see the result. Okay, it will going to create the result, and it is taking a bit time, so let the process get completed. Okay, so execution has been completed, and you can see your this step get passed over here. Okay, so what we have done, we have just launched the browser. Now we have to perform the drop down operation. We have to select the values, we have to enter the cylinder capacity, engine performance, date, and all. We have to click on this radio button. Okay, all this operation needs to be performed. So for that, what we will do, we will going to create a module for us. So let me create a folder over here, and I check out this one and create a new folder over here. I will name it as again March demo. Okay, and I will do a right click and click on this application. So this is called as a Tosca wizard, which will help you to scan the module. So I will go for the application. So whatever application you have opened, it will automatically scan all the application. Okay, so currently all these application is there, so I want to go for this one. So I will double click on this one, or you can click on this one application and click on scan. Okay, so what it will do, it will automatically scan all the component which is present under this page. Okay, as you can see, so we have a link over here: automobile, truck, motorcycle, camper. So all the links are scanned over here. Okay, and then we have a vehicle details and all the link will automatically scanned, as you can see. Okay, so if you don't want to get all the component, if you want to go for a specific value, so what you can do, you can just go for select on screen. Okay, so we will click on this select on screen, and then we will choose the required component. I want this drop down, so I will click on this one. So automatically this component will get selected. Now I want to go for this one, and I want the cylinder capacity. Okay, and I want engine performance, and then I will go for the date, and let's go for uh, select number of seat, and I want to go for the radio button as well. So I will click this one, yes, and I will click no. Okay, and I think that will be sufficient. And I want to verify the label as well, so I will go for label as well. Okay, I will click on this engine performance. Okay, I think that will be sufficient. Now I will going to click on save button. So once I click on save, automatically my module will get saved. As you can see, module says successfully. Apart from this, we can go for a certain properties. Okay, so automatically the Tosca will going to scan all the modules and the modules which is making it unique. So we can go for all the properties. As you can see, using a ID, we have Tosca has selected a ID that is a unique one. So whatever component you want to, the property, technical property you want to select, you can select by clicking on this element. Okay. Okay, so our module is created. Now what we will do, we will going to our modules and we will going to use that. So as you can see, our module is getting created over here. Just we have to drag and drop it over there under our test cases. Okay. So now what I will do, automatically the values will get populated over here. So I want to go for Audi, then I will go for the scooter, and if you want to enter some value, random value. Okay, and this is the label. Okay, I want to verify that this label is getting printed or not. I will copy this one and make the action mode as verify. Okay, if you want to input some values, then you have to select the action mode that input, and if you want to verify or you want to do some assertion, so you have to go for the verify. So the same way, I will enter value over here and I want to go for the date, so I will mention it as 03 slash 21 slash 2020 and select with 1, and I will, so if I want to perform a click operation, so you have to mention it as a X. And now I will going to execute my single module just to check that okay, it is entering the value or not. So again it will going to verify the license. Execution has been started. Okay, so all the values will automatically get entered over here, and we have to wait for the results, so it will publish the result what the execution has happened. Okay, so as you can see, the verification was successful. Verification, the expected value is this one, the actual value is this one. If both get matched, your test case will get passed. What if I put a wrong value over here? I will remove the E1. Okay, and let's execute these test cases again. Let me refresh this value and execute this one. It should get failed. As you can see, your test cases get filled over here. Okay, so make model. Okay, I think model is not for. Let me go to my favorite and refresh the link. Right now, that model is getting removed from here. So what we will do, we will also going to remove this one and let's execute. So the number of modules which you have added automatically, it will going to verify on the basis of that, it's going to calculate the time. Okay, so my test case get failed. Okay, we're going to verify. Cylinder capacity is not available. I don't know why this is behaving in this fashion. So cylinder capacities also get removed from here. Okay, if you want like there is some deployment or something like that, so what you can do, you can disable the step so that it won't going forward. If you want to enable it or you want to execute it, you can do that as well. Okay, let me execute this one again. Okay, let me verify. Make engine performance state, all these values of make engine performance one. Okay, so over here our verification will going to get failed. Okay, as E is not present over here, so we'll scan this one again. Okay, let's the execution get completed, and then we will going to verify why it is getting failed. As the component are getting removed, so because of that our test case will get impact. Okay, as you can see, our verification has been failed over here. So expected value E is missing over here, and the actual value we are getting over here as engine performance. So you can add a verification point over there, and then you can. But the thing is, like, if you are executing on a scratch book, so you won't be able to save your data. Okay, so for that, what you have to do, you have to use the execution list. So whatever test cases you have prepared, just you have to create one execution list. Okay, this is the execution list. You just have to do a checkout, and then you can create a execution list. So these are the execution folder. Under this one you will get all the execution list. So what I will do, as you can see, this is the execution folder. So if you want to create a number of execution lists, you can create a folder. Under that you can create the execution list. So right now we have a execution list, so we can create the execution list over here. Okay, and then what we can do, we just have to drag and drop the values over here. So I'll go to the execution list and click on this one. So my execution will list will be added. So you can add the number of test cases over here, and you can just do a right click and run that test case. All that, like, for this one I've executed this one, so all the test cases are getting passed over here. Okay, you can check the log as well. And if you want to share this details with your manager or higher management, so what you can do, you can extract the report. Just you have to go to this one and click on the print report. So you can go for all these entry, whatever details you want, you can go for this one. Okay, so I will click on this one, and I will get a multiple options in which format you want to get the test cases. Okay, okay, so we have these many options in which format you want to get the result. You can opt for this one. So I want to go for the PDF format. Okay, and click on start, and it will ask you for the report has been created. I will go to the download section. Okay, so these are the standard template which is provided by tracing Tosca to generate the test execution. Okay, okay, okay. Yeah. So the report is created on 21st of March. Then we will have the overview. So we are having a 7 test cases. Okay, so we can check that as well. Okay, 7 test cases are there, from which test cases are getting passed and one test case get failed. Okay, the same details will be provided over here, and what is the percentage criteria over here. So how much percent getting passed and how much test cases are getting failed. Okay, Uh, okay, we can have a pie chart and all. So if you want to view that, okay, by which issues your test cases are getting failed, you can view in the report as well. Okay. Okay. So in our session, we will going to see what are the things we can perform. So we will include the test case design. Okay. The template section in which you will going to, okay, let me show you the sample. So I want to create 100 of test cases. So using a test case design section, you can create as per the requirements. So just you have to go to the test sheet and you can create as much as the test cases you want. So over here we have created a 6 test case, that is this one. Okay, so we're going to see all these mechanisms, how to design the framework from scratch. So we will go into design section, we will design our classes and test sheet and the usable test step blocks. So like you are having a login functionality or the repeated functionality, then you can create a reusable test step block. This topic will be covered under the section, and this uh, session will be purely practical. We don't include any theoretical part, and once you are able to complete this session, you will be able to opt for Tricentis Tosca. We have a automation specialist level 1 certification and level 2 certification. You will be able to clear that certification easily. Okay, so what you have to do, just you have to create a login credential with the Tricentis Tosca site, and you will get a license of 60 days, and we can do the hands-on on this using that same license on a application. And this application is not, you will won't be able to install this sorry, you won't be able to download this application from the Tricentis Tosca site, because they have limited their downloads. Only the uh, paid partnership uh, companies can download the application. So if you are having a credentials uh, of your company which is already having a tie-up with the Tricentis Tosca, you can use that credentials to log into the application. So you will be able to download. Else, I'm going to provide you the setup file, and then you can install on your machine. Okay, that's it from my side. Do you have any questions?
Do you have any lab sessions?